Good morning, beautiful pond lovers. So today I want to talk to you about air source heat pumps. Now I'm no expert by any means, but of all the videos I've ever done, the thing that I've had the most questions about is my air source heat pump. Is it any good? How am I getting on with it? How much does it cost? Does it heat the pond well? Many questions. Where did I get it from? How much did it cost? So I'm going to go over a few of those points. Apologies if it's a bit of a shaky camera today. It is blimmin' cold. We are a whole massive 2 degrees outside. No, that's 6 degrees, Jamie. 6 or 7 degrees. Something like that. Either way, I'm blimmin' cold. So yeah, let's go over and have a look at the air source heat pump. The storm has finally just passed, so you can guess sort of whereabouts we are with what days we are. It was a very windy and wet storm. It's the first bit of almost blue sky that we've had for a good few days. But yeah, before we get to the air source heat pump, let's have a quick look at the pond. As you can see, they're a bit more active in there than in the main pond. Still got some absolutely fabulous fish in there. The Aquaponics upflow air filter that we made in the last video is still doing absolutely fantastic. I've had a lot of discussions about that with people. A lot of people seem to think it's a great idea, so if you didn't see that video, go back and check that out. It's a cracking bit of kit, not very expensive to build, and then you can grow things in there, especially if you're got a pond that suffers with high nitrates. Something like that would be ideal, because obviously plants take out the nitrates from the water. So we'll close the door, keep the heat in, because we're talking about heaters. I've mentioned in lots of previous videos that this only goes down to 15 degrees. As you can see, it's probably going to kick in soon, because that just flashed between 10 degrees and 9.5. But after my last video talking about this, saying the only thing I don't like about it is that it doesn't go below 15 degrees. Now this one is the ThermoTec air source heat pump. It did cost me 450 quid. Yeah, you can see that it's just flashing between 9.5 and 10, so it'll kick in anytime now. But yeah, it cost me 450 quid. I got mine from B&Q. Most places are sold out currently at the minute, but there are similar ones on the market for cheaper than what I paid for that. After my last video, and I mentioned about these air source heat pumps, Craig got in touch. You may know him as Scrag68. If you haven't seen his channel, get over and check it out. Fantastic guy, full of knowledge. Done a lot of good tips and tricks over the years, like myself. So yeah, get over and check him out. Oh, it's cold. Yeah, he got in contact and said, actually, Jamie, did you know, which I didn't, that you can turn it down lower than 15 degrees? I didn't. He told me what I needed to do. I downloaded an app, this app, and he said if you download that and go into the parameter settings, you need special manufacturer codes to mess about with said settings. So neither me or Scrag are recommending this, because we haven't tried it long enough to say whether it's a good idea or not, because if I break my air source heat pump, that's my fault. If I was to tell you what to do and you broke your air source heat pump, you're all going to shout at me. So not yet. In the future, if it works and I have no problems and blah blah blah, then I will share the information. I'm sure you can probably find it on Google anyway. But yeah, this is the app that is showing me to download. As you can see the temperatures, the daytime temperatures as well. So it's between 4-6 degrees. You can see how long the air source heat pumps come on. It gives you a lot of information, and you can see the actual pond temperature currently at 10 degrees. So it's a great little app. But within that app, as I say, you can go to the parameter settings. It does ask you for a password, but I'm not going to give you that. Scrag gave me the password and told me how to change some bits on there. So I've now lowered mine down to 10 degrees, which, as you can see, I did say I'm turning it off and giving them a proper winter. I'm leaving them at 10 degrees for a while. I may turn it down. I can't, that's as low as it does go, but I may turn it off for a little while, probably around January time, just to give them a real cold snap, because I do want them to be quite healthy, hardy fish, because they're not going to grow at 10 degrees anyway. So be turning that off probably around January, just to let the pond go down even lower, to give them a last ditch at winter. But they're keeping stable at 10 degrees for now. Look at these guys. They do want some food though, don't they? They might get a little bit in a bit. But yeah, these guys are still being fed twice a day at 10 degrees. They're on sort of an all seasonsy mix now. There's very little protein left in it, because this is what I do. I mix my foods, but they're still on a good mix. Anyway, back to the air source heat pump. So yeah, cost me 450 quid. Scrag showed me it can go down to 10 degrees, so that was the only thing I didn't like about it, which is great. 8 degrees would be perfect if it could go down to 8 degrees. So manufacturers out there, if you're making these little pool heaters, I know they're not really designed for ponds, but if you can get them to go down to 8 degrees, us pondies would muchly appreciate it, because if it was 8 degrees, I'd probably leave it on all year round. That's quite a nice cool temperature, and I'd be happy with that. But I still think 10 degrees for a winter for koi, personally. Obviously everybody's got their own opinions, but personally I think they should have a proper winter. I don't know if I showed it in the app that I showed you, but in the coldest days where we have been reaching 0 temperatures, at 10 degrees, it's only been coming on for about 2 hours a day. Now, it doesn't cost a lot to run at all. Looking at the watts and everything that it's using when it's on, I estimate that the day it came on the longest was about 2.5 hours throughout a 24-hour period. Now I estimate that cost me about 70 to 80p. I can live with that a day, 70 to 80p to keep them guys stable for the day. It's not a lot, is it? Not a lot. It's costing me less than sort of £3 a week at the minute. Obviously I did say in a previous video, a couple of quid a week. Obviously we're getting colder, it's about £3 a week. I reckon when we get to our coldest temperatures, when we're hitting zeros constantly, probably cost around £4 to £5 a week, but not a lot, not a lot at all. And as I say, it doesn't come on for a very long period of time, so heating wise, fantastic. Now my one is only 4 kilowatts, but what you've got to remember is my pond is very well insulated from the wind, or protected from the wind. There's still no roof bit on there yet. Time and storms and everything. I might not even get it done this year, to be honest. It's extremely cold, and with my Raynaud syndrome, my hands don't work very well outside in these temperatures. Yeah, so obviously we're very well insulated, very well protected, and the air source heat pump, although only being 4 kilowatt, is designed for pools up to 10,000 litres. Now my little pond, with all the filtration, is only just, I reckon, over 2,000 litres. The pond itself calculates to about 1,700 litres, and then obviously you've got the Eazypod, the Tempest, and all the pipe work. So give or take, I reckon around 2,000 litres. So for an air source heat pump that's designed for ponds of 10,000 litres, it does the job. It really does. So for grow-ons, absolutely fantastic. I do think it could probably handle a pond like this. I know this is just over 12,000, 12,200-ish. It probably could heat this pond up, but it comes on for 2 hours a day with this fully insulated, wind protected, everything pond, 2 hours a day at 2,000 litres. So if you imagine 12,000 litres is what? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 6. 6 times bigger, which means the air source heat pump will probably be on 6 times longer. So 2 hours a day, 12 hours a day. This one's also unprotected. Might even be longer than that. So that would obviously push the prices up. So for bigger ponds, I would recommend a decent proper air source heat pump for a pond my sort of size, maybe 9 kilowatt to 12 kilowatt, give or take, rather than the 4 kilowatt one I've got on there. Yeah. I hope that's answered some of your questions. I know there was a lot more questions, but yeah, uber cheap to run for little ponds that are very well protected. Obviously every pond's different, so but for my pond, 70 to 80p a day in this weather. And as you saw, we're about 6 or 7 degrees outside at the minute, and you can probably tell the camera is shaking because I'm cold. My hands are freezing, so I'm going to go inside. As I say, I hope that's answered some of your questions. But we just hit the 3,000 subscribers, and I did promise I would do a 3,000 subscriber giveaway. So let me pause you here and show you what I've got to give away. There we go, that's better. Hands free now, so no more shaky camera. But yeah, so massive thank you to each and every one of the subscribers that has subscribed, supported the channel, commented on the videos, watched the videos, liked the videos, shared the videos, and all the rest of it. I really appreciate it. Obviously we wouldn't be here without you guys, so cheers to that. Speaking of cheers, the main prize that I'll be giving away is the famous, or infamous should I say, Keeping It Koi mug, catching a bizzle. Now there's only 4 or 5 of these currently in existence. This will make 5 or 6, I'll have to double check that. But yeah, obviously I've got one, and the only other people that have got one are people that have actually been down on the merch store, that's in the description, and actually bought one. Now they are expensive on the merch store, but unfortunately I don't have any control over the prices on there. It's just a merch store. You set it up, you put your products on, they put the prices and ship it out, and I get pennies from each show. It really is pennies. I still haven't been able to draw any money out of it because you have to earn a certain amount on there before you can. But yeah, 4 or 5 people own one of these, including myself. So I will be giving away the infamous Keeping It Koi mug as a first prize. And then I've got 2 of these left. Now these are the bowl nets that I used to sell on the channel. No longer sell them on the channel, but I've got 2 left. Sold about 30 of them. Great bits of kit. What I'll do to show you what they are and how good they are, I'll just quickly put in a little clip and that will show you what they are. So yeah, these are the bowl nets. They're round in shape, metre in diameter. Because they're round in shape and a metre in diameter, they fit most bowls under 80 centimetres. Whether it's your small round blue bowl, you drape your net over, pull your cord nice and tight, and then you've got protected fishies, and then you've got your standard 60 centimetre measuring bowl, rectangular. And even though this is a round net, again you loosen your cord, drape it over your bowl and pull your cord nice and tight again. Keeps your fish in your bowl while you're busy doing other things. And there you have it. So 2 people can win one of these each. And pop that down. To win these, for first prize, all you've got to do is put hashtag Keeping It Koi. All one word, no spaces, hashtag Keeping It Koi. Everybody that puts that in will be within a chance of winning the mug. And if you'd like a bowl net, you can enter for both. If you would like a bowl net though, just type the word bowl net. So you could put hashtag Keeping It Koi, bowl net, and you'll be entered in for both. If you've got any more questions on the air source heat pump, things that I've not answered, please let me know. I have got one of them plug-in electric doodahs that show you how many watts and things that it's using. When I do a full review video on it in the spring, when it's up and running and on full power and everything, I'll get that out and show you exactly how much it all does cost. But it's not a lot. So yeah, massive thank you to everybody that has supported the channel over the last 3 or 4 years. But yeah, the air source heat pump had kicked in, so I just popped out to have a look at it. I said it wouldn't be long before it kicks in, so the pond's gone down to 9.5. That'll now be on for about 10-15 minutes, warm it back up to 10, and then it'll go off again. Yeah, that's why they only come on for a couple of hours a day. It literally comes on for about 10-15 minutes, warms the pond back up, and then goes off. But I tell you what, standing here in front of it is blimmin' cold. So what I'm going to do is, while we're here and out, we'll get some koi food. That'll do. And we'll give these guys a bit of food. Look at them. Food move. Nom 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 nom. Oh, look at that. Kikikoru. One of my babies. There's two like that in here. I've just sold one, but yeah, absolutely beautiful. There's the other one. Kikikoru. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Alright. These guys on the other side, let me close this door. Ooh, there we go. These guys on the other side obviously want a little tiny bit as well, but they're not having that mix because there's still some protein in that mix. They have this mix, and just a teeny tiny bit for them, literally a teeny tiny bit, maybe one extra bit. Yeah, not even a quarter of a cup anymore. It is literally 3 or 4 degrees in there now. Ooh, and I'm freezing. But they obviously wanted a bit. Gorgeous. Can't believe how much he's grown. That Benny guy down there. He's not a Benny guy. He's a Karashi guy, you pillock. An orange Karashi guy. But yeah, that Karashi guy down there that's gone out of focus, there he is. He actually came out of that vat when I moved them all over, and he is massive, absolutely massive. Almost 40 cm now. But yeah, I'm cold, I'm damp. I'd say it's the first day it's not rained, just cover up all the food. Not that you want to see up my nose, but yeah, it's too cold out here, especially with that air source heat pump blowing out. Freezing cold. So back inside, and on that note guys, thanks all for watching. Like the video if you haven't already, and we'll catch you on the next one.